And what do you know? Valina Jones is here this morning with a great getaway idea, heading out on a biking trail. Good morning to you, Valina.
Good morning, Charlotte. That's right. I am here with Greg Wicklund, who is the owner of Beloit Bicycle Company, and he's here to talk to us all about maintenance for your bike and the latest bicycle trends and gear. What do you have for us here, Greg?
Today I brought some basic equipment. I brought a helmet in some very bright colors, matching gloves, and I also brought an example of a Fuji Crosstown Comfort hybrid bike.
Very nice.
Very upright, very comfortable. Disc brakes, front suspension, shock in the seat post, smooth tires. These are extremely popular. If you haven't ridden a lot and you want to get on something that's comfortable so you're having a good time, this is a great example of that.
Sure.
They don't cost a lot of money. Most bike shops have a lot of inventory of an example of something like this.
Perfect. So a perfect bike to get out on the roadways. What are some other top trends for gear this season?
Cycling shorts. An example on the table is a pair of cycling shorts that don't look like cycling shorts, which are some of my favorite. You don't have to wear spandex in order to have something that keeps your backside comfortable.
Sure, a little loose and flowing then?
Yes, yes, yep. A lot of advances in equipment in the industry recently. So,
sure.
A lot of great products out there.
And a lot of bright colors. It's important to be bright on the roadways. What do riders need to know before hitting those trails?
One of the main things to understand if you're going to be on public roads is that we are required to obey the rules of the road. As far as trails go, common courtesy on bike paths, having a bell, so when you're coming up behind people, you don't have to yell at them. You can use your bell. They can hear you a lot further away. Being courteous, pulling over, you know, people with kids, people pulling trailers, that kind of thing.
Sure. Anything that people should be checking on their bikes before heading out?
Always check your tire pressure.
Okay.
Make sure your bike is lubricated as far as the chain goes. Taking your bike into a local shop once a season to have a basic tune-up. That's great maintenance. Keeps things running smooth.
Any quick fixes that we may not know about? Any secrets that you may have?
Some secrets. You don't have to know how to change a flat tire in order to fix a flat tire. We have products for bicycles that are much like what we use for our car, like Fix-A-Flat. It's not called Fix-A-Flat, but it's the same idea. So if you have a flat tire, you can have a small can with you in a bag behind your seat, and you can change a flat on the go without getting your hands dirty.
Nice, quick and easy, and can still enjoy the ride that you had planned.
Yep, it won't spoil your plans.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks, Greg. We will check back with him in just about 30 minutes, and we'll talk more about how you can find the perfect bike for you and your family and what that is going to cost, Charlotte.
All right, Valina, thank you very much. Great way to get away this summer is to head out on two wheels. Biking is the perfect way to stay active, but you want to make sure your bike fits you. Valina Jones is out on the patio this morning with some tips. Good morning, Valina.
Good morning, Charlotte. Yeah, that's right. If you're looking to buy a new bike this summer, it's important, whether you're looking for your family or for one yourself, to find a bike that's not only safe, but comfortable too. And giving us some expert advice is Greg Wicklund, who is the owner of Beloit Bicycle Company. And good morning to you, Greg.
Good morning.
And so when parents are looking for a bike for themselves or for their children, what should they be looking for?
For the adults, you're going to find most bikes will have the same wheel size, and the frame size will be, what you need will be determined by your height. Bike stores have a wide variety of frame sizes to fit someone, an adult down to about 5 feet tall, up to an adult that would be 6'5".
Okay.
So there's a huge selection of frame sizes that you'll find. As far as kids go, kid bike sizes can depend on what style of bike they want to ride. If they want like a BMX style bike, those are going to be all a very similar size. Kids that want to do longer rides, maybe riding with the family, then you're going to want to go to a bigger wheel and maybe something with some gears.
Sure. Anything specifically that you should be looking for in a kid's bike? Do they need extra, for instance, younger kids need training wheels, anything for the middle age bracket?
The middle age bracket, a lot of the Entry-level riders are starting to use balance bikes. So it's a little small bike with no cranks, no pedals.
Okay.
Helps them balance so you can avoid training wheels. A lot of kids do still use training wheels. So either way works.
Sure, great, both options.
Yep.
What is the price range that we're looking at? What can you expect to pay when you're going into a bike store?
A good kid's bike is going to start around $200, and from that point, sky's the limit.
Okay, and an adult bike?
Adult bikes are going to start about $350.
Okay. Any tips that you have for people that are starting their kids out on a bike?
Like I said, the balance bikes are great, and the other option as kids get to be in the 6-7-year-old range are the tag-alongs. So it makes a regular bike sort of look like a tandem.
Oh, okay.
Allows you to do longer rides with a kid that's maybe already riding on their own, but can't quite go the distance.
Sure.
So they're right behind you. They can pedal. They can push you along. You can coast and make them push you.
Sure, nice. Well, having your bike company in Beloit, are there any trails that you know of, any trails that you like visiting in Rock County?
We've got a lot of great trails in Rock County. There's a great trail in Beloit that runs right along the river, starts at the downtown. The Ice Age Trail is a great trail, which picks up in Janesville and runs out of Janesville. There's off-road trails around. We have Big Hill Park in Beloit for some off-roading. The Rock County and even dipping down into northern Illinois, we have a lot of trails and a lot of good places to ride.
If you could pinpoint just one, what would it be?
The Ice Age Trail is a wonderful trail, which is actually in Janesville. That's a longer trail. And then there's one just on the other side of the border that's the Prairie Path that runs well. It's about a 40-mile trail. And
Sure.
None of those trails will have you out with traffic.
Okay.
So you're
So
on the
safe
trail.
trails.
It's a little bit safer,
Get to enjoy the weather, the surroundings, everything like that?
Yep. If you're a roadie or want to ride on the roads, we have a great resource that was put together by the State Line Spinners, which is a riding group out of Beloit.
Perfect.
So that's a great resource as well. It's about 30 routes that was put together by a group of really avid riders.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, there you have it. All the tips that you need to know if you're going out to look for purchasing a new bike, and some tips about trails to go on too, Charlotte. I think I might head out and bike on a trail one of these weekends.
Hey, you know what? Do it today, because this weekend's going to be a little bit hot and muggy. So.
Right. I think I'll go right now.
Yeah.
Take this
Right.
bike.
Thank you, Belina.